Your pet would like to have a word with you. In fact, your dog, cat, bird, horse, fish, even bearded dragon would like to have an entire conversation with you. But having that trans-species discussion is difficult without an interpreter or go-between, a specifically skilled individual who's been communicating with our animal friends for more than 3 decades, bridging gaps in understanding, elevating relationships, building peace and harmony among all Earth's creatures. That person is Suzan Vaughn, the Animal Whisperer.
Andy had been on the other side for a few weeks, but he was still very much present in the lives of his beloved people, Carol and John. The couple considered getting another dog, but they were in the process of grieving, and Andy wanted them to know it wasn't quite time for a new dog yet. They asked me what it's like when they're on the other side. And after that serious subject, Andy brings some humor into the conversation by talking about their failed attempts at brushing his teeth.
I've had 5 Corgis, Pembroke Corgis, and what I've said since is these other dogs maybe really appreciate Andy and Pembroke Welsh Corgis. I like a low-key dog. I like a low-maintenance dog. I don't want a lap dog. I don't want a dog that needs me to carry it around all day and cries at night.
So I guess eventually we'll find the right.
Yeah, we will. But it's not now. I mean, it's not now, for goodness sake. I mean, I wouldn't even foster right now. I mean,
that's what I'm saying to Carol.
Yeah, no, I would cut that off right now, because right now you guys really know that it's a time for Andy. It's a time for grieving a little bit. And then secondly, it's a time to figure out Andy's still there. You know, he hasn't gone very far. His little spirit self can be in many places at one time. So you'll be able to feel him around, you know, on the other side of the veil, maybe, of the grief a little bit. But he says, I'll make sounds that are like my caller, that you'll hear me. You'll see me like dashing across the room. Well, I didn't dash, but, you know, you'll feel me go across, but out of the side of your eye where you don't quite see it directly. You might feel me on the bed or in the car. You might hear a sound I would make in the car. So all of these things, Andy will come through to let you know, I'm your spirit dog now, but I haven't left you. I've only left my body, and you're still in yours. So he'll still be around.
Yeah.
And beyond the, you know, as you go forward, you just call his name to ask him advice on something. Like, what do you think about this dog? You know, he's very good at communication to you guys. And I think you both knew, you know, like, those aren't really it.
Yeah.
Well, that was probably him weighing in as well.
Yeah.
You know, you can have him weigh in on stuff if you want to. Well, one of the deals about grieving when you are supposed to, essentially, is that you can let go of the expectations of the next dog you have, because it's not going to be Andy. It could be more wonderful than Andy in some ways, not as wonderful as Andy in others, but you have to give that dog its shot as who it is, you know?
Right.
And you can't do that if you just suppressed everything. You're continually still looking for the same dog.
That makes perfect sense. I was talking to a lady earlier today, and she was saying that her dog passed a couple years ago, and she's like, she said, I realized it wasn't the right timing for me. I got a dog pretty close after, and she's like, I've kept wondering, why isn't this dog like my other dog? And then she's like, it wasn't fair, to me or the dog. Yeah.
No. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one reason to go ahead with the grief, you know?
Yeah.
40 something years ago, I adopted a puppy dog that was in a litter. I loved the dad. I had known him through mutual friends. And he was killed coming back from breeding with the mother. So I said, I want one of Spot's dogs. It wasn't Spot at all.
Yeah.
And it was a disaster. It was not the right dog at all.
That's interesting. Yeah, very interesting story.
Timing was
also,
wrong.
you know, a female dog can have many sires in one litter.
I heard that.
Yeah, you just aren't really sure, but wow, you got that lesson strong.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't, it was too much. It was way too much.
So, Suzan, I wanted to ask, like, I mean, I imagine even as you as an animal communicator and having those abilities, I imagine there's not clear-cut answers on things, but Like with Andy, for instance, I do believe, he's here with me, or he's around. But is it like, they talk about animals or people who have left their bodies going towards the light? Do they stay around? Do they come and go, or do they go
In the
somewhere?
case of your animal, they come whenever you call them because they can be in multiple places at one time. They're
Yeah.
unlimited in a way. There's
Oh,
no time or space where they're at. So they're not limited by either one of those things, which is kind of hard for me to wrap my mind around even.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
that
yes.
In other words, they can be in a lot of places at one time. So when you call them or think of them, which is the same as calling them, they come
Mhm.
right over, especially if it's a heart dog like Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just show right up. You can talk to them or whatever, they'll be right there. You're talking to the soul of Andy,
Oh, yeah.
but the
Mhm.
soul can come right over. So there's no limitation and they can still talk to you. Andy is saying, I think what he's saying is, it was funny when they tried to brush my teeth. Did you ever try that?
We started,
Your
but then the
teeth.
last year we started brushing his teeth because he had
A lot of teeth removed.
dental issues over the years
Oh,
and a
my.
lot of teeth removed over time. And so we started brushing his teeth. So it was like we give him his nighttime treat, out for a bathroom break, come in, and then we'd work together to brush his teeth.
I would kind of steady his hand
Yeah.
because he,
John would steady his head and Carol would brush his teeth.
as best she could.
And yeah, that's funny that he brought that up.
Yeah. Yeah, he brought it in with kind of a sense of humor about it. Like it
Yeah,
didn't really work out, but they gave it a try or
I would agree with that. Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing, really.
Oh,
for Andy, he said, he liked people a lot more than dogs.
He did. He did. He liked
He
them a
did.
lot more.
he
Yeah.
sure did.
Mm.
John and Carol wanted to know more about their animals that were on the other side. We checked in on another beloved corgi, Bella, to see what she was up to. Bella was still in spirit, and she was helping children who had died suddenly. These children had not bonded well with humans, and they felt more comfortable with animals.
For more episodes in the series, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. To learn all about Suzan Vaughn and her services, visit her website at animalwhisperer.net. Be part of the community by subscribing to her Facebook page, animalwhisperer.net. Then sign up for Suzan's newsletter to enjoy more of her fascinating animal-human communication stories. So, until next time, join Suzan as she talks to the animals on The Animal Whisperer.